Ricky here with DJ Arl's Entertainment, coming to you with 5 tips to avoid having a disastrous event. Tip number 1, book your venue very far in advance. The further, the better, because the higher probability that you're going to get that date. Make sure that you don't try to book last minute, because if that venue is a dream venue for you, it's more than likely a dream venue for somebody else too. So that's the first tip. Make sure you book whatever venues you need. If it's multiple venues, such as the church, somewhere at the beach, a hotel, a resort, whatever and wherever it is, make sure you have ample time so you can avoid any headaches of having to find another place. Though, that's a good idea. Have a backup plan of a place that's very similar to what you want in the first place so that your chances are much higher of getting it. But book further in advance, and I'm sure you'll get that place. Second on my list is make sure I know this stuff is very elementary and it is commonsensical. However, we sometimes need reminders. So make sure you send your invitations out very early. Not very early, like 2 years in advance, very early in a sense where 3 months, 2 months in advance, so that people can RSVP. And you can also send follow-up saying, hey, just want to say thank you for RSVPing with us. And of course, you can do it digitally now. Now, if you want to send paper, sure, you can. Have them go to a website, have them go ahead and type in what they're going to type in, how many guests they're bringing or whatnot, and you're good to go. And then make sure to have some kind of a follow-up so that you can avoid on the day having them just cancel and saying, oh, well, I had to go to the babysitters or something, whatever reason they're going to give you. Be ready for that. So make sure you always follow up. And I mean, you can't account for everything. So some things may come up and some things that are legitimate that may really come up. So it's understandable. Make sure you send your invites nice and early, 2, 3 months in advance. Have them log in so that it's easier for you to look at once it's on a computer, and you can start your seating arrangements. Now, the third thing on my list is not having your theme or your vision ironed out. Please, if you're going to plan your very special event, make sure you know what you want. If you want it to be a superhero theme, if you want it to be a classy, black and white event, or whatever kind of an event it is, make sure you know what your theme is so that when all of your guests get there, you all fit within that amazing theme. And people are excited to be part of a theme. If it's a superhero theme, a black and white, nice, very elegant theme, or just costumes or whatever it may be, make sure you know what your vision is and how you want your guest to arrive. So that's the third thing you need to make sure. The fourth thing on my list is please do not try to do everything on your own, especially if you're not versed at putting together a very elaborate party. This is the time for you to hire a on the day event planner, or you can hire an event planner for longer term, or you can hire a DJ who understands event planning. There are a few of us out there because they can help you come up with ideas. Our goal as event planners is not to come up with our own ideas. Our goal is to make sure whatever ideas you have happens. So whatever ideas you have, share it with your event planner and make sure don't take whatever we give you. Give us what you want for us to have happen. And if you need suggestions, sure, we can give you suggestions, but we'll never give you a cookie cutter kind of a plan because that's not the way it should be. Your event should be unique. Your event should be fun in its own way. And your event should have your personality written all over it. So that's the fourth one. Make sure not to try to do everything on your own. If you can't handle it, make sure you have a family member, an event planner, a on the day event planner, a DJ/event planner helping you. And I guarantee you, whatever you invest in these individuals, it's going to be worth it because your headache is going to be minimized big time. And the fifth thing, please do not hire a photographer, a caterer, DJ, entertainer, last minute. If you're looking for great entertainment, great DJs, great photographers, great caterers, whatever you're looking for, florist or whatever it may be, whoever the vendors you're looking for, make sure you book us well in advance because we will also get booked up, especially if it's during the season that you're specifically trying to book for, maybe weddings, graduations, retirements, or whatever, Christmas, Halloween, whatever it may be, New Year's. Okay, I'm just coming up with all the ideas that we typically are very busy. Make sure you book us in advance, far in advance. Actually, I've had bookings of near, the furthest I've ever had was about a year and a half, which is crazy. I was like, wow, you guys are really organized. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it did. So make sure when you book your vendors, it's well in advance. Otherwise you're going to end up in the yellow pages, which I don't think that even exists anymore. You're going to go online somewhere and just say, hey, that's the first DJ, that's the first photographer, that's the first caterer. Be careful. So these are the 5 tips to avoid having a disastrous event. And most of it has to do with booking in advance. Now that hopefully it makes one heck of a lot of sense for you. Sure, it does. It's very commonsensical. However, once again, we all need a little nudge once in a while because we're thinking, it's still far away. Next thing you know, oh my goodness, it's 2 weeks. So be very careful. Here are the 5 tips again, okay? In order. Number 1, book your venue early. Number 2, send your invites and make sure you have follow-ups so that you don't end up with a bunch of empty seats during your event. Number 3, make sure you've ironed out your theme. At least you have an idea of what you want. Don't just show up and say, maybe we'll think about it when it gets there. Don't do that. Make sure you have an idea of what you want already. Number 4, don't do everything on your own. Instead of enjoying the party, you're going to have a huge migraine, huge headache. You're not even going to enjoy your own event. And number 5, don't hire your vendors last minute. Keep in mind, your vendors are going, specifically your entertainment and DJing vendor, are going to make your party. Because if they suck, your event will suck. Even though you might have the best food in the world, the best venue in the world, if your entertainment sucks, your event sucks. I hate to put it that way, but I don't want to sugarcoat it. Enjoy your party, and I hope these 5 tips have helped you. If there's anything else you guys would like to hear about, feel free to leave me a message. Otherwise, I will see you guys on the next video and give you guys more suggestions when it comes to planning a party and helping you out. See you later.